Yo, what up, friends? NBA Finals and champion picks. So, hey, Desmond, you are the new guy. We are going to give you the honorary duties here. So, who is your NBA Finals pick and your champion?
All right, so
and you can give some
NBA
backstory
Finals,
too.
Yeah, because mine from the East has changed. I'm sure
Okay.
for obvious reasons. Most of the season, I was preparing for a Knicks and Pistons conference finals, and I was leaning towards the Knicks to come out of that because of the fact that the Pistons don't necessarily have that secondary shot creator that they need consistently for the playoffs. Shout out to Tobias Harris. I know he's had a really good year this year, but it's just not at that next level that a guy like Cade Cunningham needs to win a championship. So initially, I was thinking Thunder and Knicks because I was rolling with the Thunder the minute the 2025 finals was over. I just gave them that respect up front. But and there's also a little PTSD. You know, I'm big on the playoffs is different. You know, I know the Spurs have done their thing versus OKC this year, but I just have PTSD from being a Bulls fan. I watched the Miami Heat in 2011 win 5 straight games, the Chicago Bulls in 2011 win 5 straight games versus that new look Miami Heat team, and then the minute an adjustment was made, it was over. And so I'm still giving OKC their respect. I still expect them to come out the West, and now my change of heart has ensued, and I'm leaning a little bit towards Boston. For some reason, I'm just a little nervous about the Pistons. Like I said, I'm a little nervous about the Knicks, whether or not they're, I guess, gonna learn from last season, learn how to utilize the depth that they have acquired, and again, they fired Tom Thibodeau for some of his rotations and whatnot, which wasn't totally his fault. That's kind of a GM coach kind of thing there. But yeah, I kind of lean towards the Celtics, even with their flaws. And part of me is just thinking Thunder and Celtics, and I would pick Thunder in 6.
Damn, man. Hey, we have been on point together all episode long, Desmond. So we're definitely gonna have to bring you back because you and I obviously picked a lot of the same things here today, because I completely agree with you. That's exactly what happened to me. Bobby G and Cal know that at the beginning of the year, I had picked the Celtics. I had picked the New York Knicks. I did. I'm so sorry, my Celtics. I'm so sorry. I did. But I promise you, we're back. We're back, baby. Jason Tatum is back, and there is no one in the Eastern Conference that can beat us. Y'all better get used to the best white boy bench in the NBA. You got Hugo Gonzalez. You got Luke Garza. You got Baylor Shireman. Who the deuce is Baylor Shireman? I don't know, but he's hitting 3-pointers from logo and half court. So screw it. I love him. Let's go Celtics. But I do agree. I think the Thunder. This is a Thunder versus all kind of vibe to me, and I do not think that the Celtics, I have to be realistic here, I do not think that our team can beat the Thunder when fully healthy. So I would take the Thunder in probably 6 as well, maybe 7, if I want to help my Celtics out. All right, there you go. I almost threw up. Cal, stop laughing at me. What you got?
Oh, man. You got to, listen, you just take those last 2 minutes and just send that to our peoples up here in New Jersey that are New York Knicks fans, or send that to, I mean, seriously, it's just crazy.
I hate the Knicks.
So my preseason predictions were that the Cleveland Cavaliers were going to figure out a way to finally get this done. And then they had to go the desperate route of getting James Harden, which I kind of knew something had to happen. Right, like something just was not clicking with this Cleveland Cavaliers team.
They needed something. Yeah.
And but I've realized that even with that trade with James Harden, this isn't about, you know, him or Donovan Mitchell. It's about Evan Mobley. And until I see Evan Mobley basically turn into a Jokic, into an SGA, into a Jalen Brunson, until he turns into that killer. Again, I was in over my head. I probably thought more about the Cleveland Cavaliers doing it more so than me, and the way I appreciate what the Detroit Pistons have been able to do. Detroit Pistons have that dude in Cade Cunningham. With that being said, I don't know if the Detroit Pistons have enough on their roster and enough firepower to deal with either of the teams that are on the bottom part of that bracket in the playoffs, being either the New York Knicks or the Boston Celtics. Even if if the Celtics didn't have Jason Tatum, the emergence and how Missoula has been able to utilize this roster, to me, speaks to that these guys, they're ready. They have not lost so much from what their finals team gave you, right? Because even with those replacement parts, right, the replacement killers, so to speak, you know, you got Vucevic, Shireman, Peyton Pritchard. Again, he's that guy. He's that guy that can end souls in quarters. You know what I'm saying? And then now you do also have Jason Tatum back in the fold. I think the Boston Celtics represent the deepest team, the best team to come out of the East. It becomes a question of, will they stop playing with their food? That's what that comes down to. They stop playing with their food. They should be better than the rest of the pack in the playoffs. But at times they play with their food, and they allow teams, when they go through all the trouble of looking like they're going to beat their brains in, they allow them to hang around, and then they make games and series that shouldn't even be happening, and then they wind up not executing down the stretch or coughing up games that they shouldn't be coughing up. So with all that being said, I have the Celtics coming out in the East. In the West, I think it's a completely different situation, because you can make the argument that whoever is coming out of that lower bracket will have beaten each other up so much that it may seem like it's easy pickings for the OKC Thunder to get themselves to the conference finals, right? To get through the conference finals to get to the Western, to represent the West. I think that if it comes down to Denver and San Antonio, that's still going to be like a 7-game bloodbath that'll wind up, pushing the limits, and the OKC is just going to be picking at parts. So with that being said, OKC, Boston in the finals. I'm gonna let you know this right now, man.
Let's go. Do it.
I like the Boston Celtics in this NBA finals, bro. I really do. I know that this is gonna come down to the better team defensively, and that really is OKC. But I've seen in stretches where the Boston Celtics have exhibited the kind of defense that gives OKC problems. And if this is the same kind of roster, OKC messed around and allowed the Indiana Pacers to create havoc in the finals and push them to 7 games, I can't imagine when the Boston Celtics start jacking up threes all over the place and start stretching that OKC Thunder defense. What's going to happen when OKC now has to run that game up to 130 points? OKC likes games in the 115s, 120s, and their defense takes over and shuts down teams. The Celtics they just don't know how to stop. And if they get things going, they get things cooking early, OKC is going to start being desperate. And I'd love to see what happens when their back is against the wall and they have to make that necessary adjustment. I think the Celtics are the best team to represent. I think the Celtics take it in 6.
Wow. Oh, let's fucking go! I agree, though. When the Celtics, and I was telling my dad this the other day, I said, when we get hot off the 3 at the beginning of the game, we will blow you out just like we were blowing out whoever that was the other day when we hit the record or tied the record for 29 threes. We came out and had like 31 in the first 9 minutes or some shit. I was like, man, if they hit their threes, they are unbeatable. But it's when they are off on 3-pointers, which happens at least once a series, they're going to.
And I want to give a quick shout out. I know Bobby G, you're going to give your predictions in a second. I want to give a quick shout out to my man Shaw, because we had this conversation the other night when we were doing our playoff predictions and previews in regards to the first round, and he brought up an excellent point. The Boston Celtics have managed to win this many games and be able to be where people see them. And Derek White has arguably had one of his worst seasons as a Boston Celtic.
That's a good point.
Can you imagine if Derek White actually enters the conversation playing at another level and playing at that playoff, 2 years ago level that helped the Celtics win that NBA championship? If he enters into the chat, as we say, this is going to be a different conversation about how good the Boston Celtics can truly be. And it doesn't even have to be about Derek White scoring 25 points or anything like that. It could just be about how Derek White is impacting the game on all facets like he was doing a couple seasons ago. He has not done it consistently this year, but the Celtics have never had to worry about that because of all the contributions they've been getting from other players as well, too. But I think this is the opportunity for Derek White, to come in here and turn to Mr. White.
Yeah,
and play a little Casino Royale on the Eastern Conference playoff picture.
I like it, Mr. White and Mr. Pritchard, if you're nasty. Bobby G likes that one. Wildcard Mar tunes in. Our boy says Celtics scare me. Wildcard Mar, we'll see you in just a few minutes on the WrestleMania preview show. Y'all tune in at 9 p.m. Eastern here in a couple minutes on Ball and Buds. Stay tuned. Thank you, Wildcard Mar. Yeah, Celtics are a scary team, and look, I just wanted to be realistic, and I just think that the Thunder, I think they're the better team in my eyes. But now that you're saying all this, Kyle, it does give me a lot of faith and a lot of hope. So I'm looking forward to it. Bobby G.
That's all ever I wanted to do for you, SP, is give you.
Thank you, my friend. That's why you're my friend. That's why I bring you on. All right, Bobby G, what you got? Who's yours, brother?
I do my best essay impersonation. I appreciate the comments you guys have made, but you're all wrong. Here's why. No, I'm still in the mindset. It was, I'm still in the mindset that you have to take your lumps before you win. With that being said, San Antonio Spurs are disqualified. Not that they haven't had a great season, and not that they don't have a bright future, but you got to take those lumps in the playoffs. You got to earn it. I think the last team who really didn't go through anything and just won a championship is the Warriors for 15. Every other champion's kind of, had their share of disappointments in the playoffs. I got the Nuggets coming out of the West, and I'm changing. I made a prediction yesterday. I had OKC. Since then,
I'm not mad at you for thinking that, bro. I'm not mad at you for thinking that.
Same.
Yeah,
I can see it.
I don't like the fact that, again, the big three from OKC kind of haven't played together. How many games did they play together? Like less than 10 all season. And for a team that's really built around that chemistry, and I can't confidently stand behind them. I like the way the Nuggets closed out the season. I like the way Jamal Murray has attacked this season. And yeah, I think I'm going with the Nuggets to get the job done, come out of the West. In the East, and sorry to disappoint you, Omar.
Don't you dare.
First, I agree with everything Cal said about Evan Mobley. And earlier in the season, I said the winner of the East would be whoever won between the Cavs and the Pistons whenever they played. I don't still not feel that way, but I need to see which Evan Mobley I'm going to get in the playoffs. The last month and a half of this season, Evan Mobley has been amazing. And if I get that Evan Mobley in the playoffs, the Cavs are going to be a problem. But as it stands with the unknown, I'm going with the Knicks.
You're not even picking your Cavs. Oh, no.
I'm going with the Knicks. I think we make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm going with the Knicks. I think the Knicks take the guys out. This is not the experienced bench that won the championship with the Celtics. I'm sorry. Sharman, they've done great things. They look good. They've been surprises in the regular season. But you got this the playoffs.
That's a whole different animal.
Yeah, that ain't Al Horford going out there. That ain't, Chris Stapps. That ain't.
Bobby, though, Bobby, I'm gonna tell you this though, man. Knicks are probably gonna wish that the Celtics have to get taken out by whoever.
They don't want to play. They don't want to play.
Here's why I don't believe
telling
that.
you.
Y'all were on the way out last season. They had
I don't agree with that.
They had y'all 3-1 before Tatum got hurt.
I think we could have came back and won that series.
The Knicks had us 3-1 because we coughed.
We had a bad start.
Games in which we had 20-point lead.
We should have won both of those games.
Quarter.
Thank you.
Whose fault is that? You need a little bit of luck to win the championship, right?
No, Bobby, I completely agree with you. But this is exactly the reason why I think the Boston Celtics want the New York Knicks. They are elated that the Knicks are in
Oh, we
their
want
bracket.
our revenge.
They are
Oh, yeah.
elated that the Knicks are in their bracket. I'm telling you right now. I just don't know if my question is do you have that much confidence in Mike Brown coaching up this Knicks team and making sure that they understand the assignment here? Because let's keep it a buck. I have more confidence in Joe Mazzulla coaching that team the Celtics have than Mike Brown coaching that Knicks team. You know what I'm saying? Like if the Celtics were in the bracket of the Pistons or anything else, I would feel more confident about the Knicks getting to the Eastern Conference Finals. But my question is do you have that kind of confidence on the roster, or do you have that confidence collectively with Mike Brown coaching that they're going to be able to get the job done to get to that part? And I just don't.
None of the above. I don't have the confidence in Jason Tatum.
That's wild.
Jason Tatum.
That's wild. He has showed it. No, he
didn't. Jason Tatum made a point. They were going to rest him against the Knicks. He made a point, said, I need to go into the Garden. And he played like shit.
That's okay. He had to get over the fact that he tore his Achilles there.
Exactly, which means mentally, his playoffs don't start in the first round. His playoffs don't start.
It don't matter if the Celtics have home court. So.
It does matter because the Celtics also lost that game. And he played bad. His playoffs don't start in round one. His playoffs here start against the Knicks, and that could be a problem.
See, that to me is where I think you and I differ, Bobby. I don't disagree in that aspect of it, but I don't think that this is about Jason Tatum. And if that is, what you're riding it on, is whether or not Jason Tatum is like he's the X factor when you look at the rosters and how the Knicks are set up. Again, my X factor is not Jason Tatum as much as it is Derek White. I think Derek White, if he is locked in and playing in playoff Derek White form, the Knicks are not going to have an answer for him. They are not going to have an answer for him. They don't have an answer for him. And the Celtics can put as many bodies as they would like, as they want to. They could put Baylor Shireman on Jalen Brunson if they want to. You know what I'm saying? Because they know that it's Jalen Brunson that they don't want beating them, right, in the fourth quarter. So they will do everything in their power to force everyone else on that roster to beat the Boston Celtics. And that's the reason why this is more about why I don't have that kind of confidence in the New York Knicks getting the job done in that regard, because there's the lack of consistency in their ability to get shots the way that they're supposed to, unless Jalen Brunson is the person taking those shots. And that's Mike Brown's responsibility. And they still haven't figured it out. So that, but again, I agree. I get where you're coming from. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not putting it on Jason Tatum is why that's the reason why I feel the way that I feel in that regard.
And shout out to your brother, your partner in crime, Warren, coming through with a Peyton Pritchard-like clutch basket at the end of the quarter. No Jaylen Brown that game. I completely forgot. We didn't have Jaylen Brown. So if Jaylen Brown would have played, we would have easily won that game. Get out of here. I don't want to hear that. Anyways, so do you have the Nuggets over? Do you have the Nuggets over the Knicks? Is that who we have?
Yeah, I got the Nuggets beating the Knicks.
Oh well, thank God. I was like, oh okay. You did all of that.
I couldn't handle if he said something else.
Like, oh my God, what are we doing here?
No.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I was like, do we really want Mike? I was like, we really want Mike Brown to win this chip.
And so, as an update here, I will show you who we got. NBA champions. Cal Lee has our Celtics beating the Thunder. Desmond and myself have the Thunder over the Celtics, although I reserve my right to change that since I am a Celtics fan, and Cal kind of changed my mind there. And Bobby G, way off the board, Nuggets over the Knicks. But if that comes true, though, wow, you will get all the props in the world.
Subscribe on YouTube at Ball and Buds.